Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 yo, go, go, go. Hustle hard, hustle every single day. I'll be making moves till I'm buried in my grave. To the system, I don't wanna be a slave. I've been doing shit my way, or the highway. And in the driveway is a nice range. Cause I grind through the climb, I invite pain. You'll never hear me, bitch, nah, I don't complain. Just gotta flip the switch and you can go and obtain anything you want, anything you need. Your mind's got the key ingredient, it's belief. They deceive with the negativity, but I just slide right by that energy. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, go.
We are the nation of domination.
What is up? What is up, Eagles Nation? It's your boy Bird Gang 31 in the building. How's everybody doing today? Hope everybody's having a blessed day. Today we're gonna talk some Eagles football with an OG, Mr. OG Wade. How you doing today, my guy?
Man, living the dream, brother. You know how it is.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, buddy, I know we had you on State of the Eagle with me and Dark Knight. Shout out to you, Dark Knight, in the Eagles Talk community. But we're gonna talk and chop it up one on one today. I just want to get your outlook. You're a very smart man. I know you watch your birds, and I just want to hear what you got to how you feel about this team so far. Two preseason games in. You see the score down there. 18-18 was the score of the last game. How you feeling about it? And tell me some key things you see about this team.
Well, I got to be out and keep it a buck. I'm very excited about this team, and 55 years old, man, and I've been Eagle fan my entire life. I got to tell you, this is the best team that I've ever seen. The Eagles, that we put out, on the field. Talent-wise, the talent on this team is just over the top. The most impressive thing is the amount of speed that we got on this team.
Mm-hmm.
The speed is, I think we're probably not only do we have the best roster in the NFL right now, but we are the fastest team in the NFL. And when you put speed with dogs, so you got a lot of teams out there that's soft. And I think everybody that's from Philly, anybody that know anything about Philly, they know we thuggish. We rough. You know what I'm saying? We we very physical. So when you add talent and speed to that dog, man, I'm just trying to tell people. So I made a prediction this year. Actually a couple of days ago, that the Eagles will win the Super Bowl. It's not a doubt about getting back. I understand that people say they got quotes out there that people like Elliott Shore Parks, which is my young boy, a lot of the talking heads of ESPN guys, NFL players, some players that's analysts now, they say that they give you the numbers on how what the numbers, the percentages of teams to get back to the Super Bowl, that lost the Super Bowl, that won the Super Bowl. And I keep trying to tell people, and I can say this because I'm experienced enough to say it. I can stand on it. I played the game a long time. When you look at no one in the history of the game, and I don't know, I think it's been 75 years or however many years the NFL been around now. There has been no team that came back with the same exact offense and what they call it, a +2, which is our running backs that we added that had the first round and two first round picks, the 30th pick, and what we had the 6th pick.
Yep.
There's no team in the history of the NFL that came back with that.
Facts.
So if you want to know why there's not, because teams lost their coordinators, who was actually the fabric of the offense. And I know people say, well, OG, we lost our offensive coordinator too. But you got to understand, Jalen Hurts is the architect of the offense. We're running Oklahoma's offense, the one that he ran when he was at Oklahoma. Lincoln Riley, people don't know this. Lincoln Riley is a advisor for the Philadelphia Eagles.
Nice.
People don't know this. I'm breaking news now.
And I love Lincoln, man. I'm a USC fan, Cali boy myself. And I love what he's doing with USC. So yeah, I'm down with that.
Yeah. So in terms of what we looking forward to, man, I'm just saying, people, Philadelphia fans, embrace it, enjoy it, because it's tough when you've not been on top. I mean, to be able to have the best quarterback in the NFL, and he's your guy.
Say it again.
Like, I mean, we drafted him, we molded him, we created him to be our guy. You know how long it's been since we've been able to say we got a top 5 quarterback? I don't think we've ever been in that position before. But to have it be your guy, that's what makes me feel good. And I'm not apologizing for being a great team. No, I ain't. No, we're not doing that. We're not doing that.
You gotta embrace it.
Yeah.
I feel like you gotta embrace it. Even last year, I said we had the best team in the league. Even last year, I was like, Jalen Hurts is that bull. We got the best team in the league. We're going to storm through this season and we're going to be in the Super Bowl last year. We should have won the Super Bowl last year. And we are back again with, I believe, a much better team this time around. Younger, faster, stronger. Like, it's going to be crazy, man. Like, people always talk about, how the schedule is getting harder this year. But I always tell them, like, we were better than those teams last year. Just because they were winning teams didn't mean that we weren't better than them. Most of our games weren't even close. You know what I'm saying? Like, they weren't even close. We were blowing them out by halftime. And then we go our vanilla offense, vanilla defense. They might score some points, make it look a little bit more closer. At the end of the day, we were blowing teams out last year. We looked like we were an SEC team going against a Pac-12 team last year. So why would you think, because the schedule got tougher, and reality of that is because three NFC East teams went to the playoffs and we got to play them twice. That's the reality of that, for one. And the other teams, man, like, we were better than them last year, even if we didn't play them. So, like you said, man, I am excited about this year. I really think that this team's about to do some historical numbers on both sides of the football. I do think last year we were led by our defense, chasing that sack record. But I think we get the sack record this year. But I think it's going to be an offensive performance like never seen before.
Yeah, definitely. I don't think, in comparison, when you look at the Dallas Cowboys and you look at the Philadelphia Eagles, and the Giants, we've all of us are in that division. We had the weakest schedule last year. So and my observation of it and my take on it is the Dallas Cowboys won the amount of games that they won because of the weak schedule. We
Mhm.
won the amount of games that we won because we could.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So when you give us this schedule that we have right now, we're built to have a winning record with this schedule. I'm saying people saying, well, if we had, we didn't have the weak schedule, we would no, we still would have won the amount of games that we won because
Right.
we are that good. You got teams that win because of their schedule, and then you got teams that win because they're that good. We're
Hmm.
actually that good. And I don't see, you'll never see me wearing what they call green goggles. It's not what I
Right.
do. I don't do that. I'll keep it a buck. If we effed up in the game or whatever, I'm gonna tell you, bro, we ain't look good. We need to make some changes. I keep it just like that. I ain't no fanboy. So everything that got an Eagle jersey on, no, I don't. I'm not with that. If you ain't pushing, handling your part of the deal, no, I'm not. I'm not giving you that. You know what I'm saying? So it's a couple of players on the team right now that I'm waiting to see how what we do with. But I'm gonna hold that for later on.
Yeah, let's get into it, man. You can see these Georgia boys out there. It's the Philly dogs, like they like to call them, the Philly dogs.
Mm-hmm.
Man, what have you seen from these guys and that got you excited for this season? Like, and who do you think is going to stand out the most out of the big three? Actually, the big four: Dean, Davis, Nolan Smith, or Jalen Carter. Because Jalen Carter's been doing some monstrous stuff,
Mm-hmm.
lately. And it's like I'm huge on Jordan Davis. I think Jordan Davis is about to change how we look at DTs for a while, even though he got to do it. But my belief is he will do it. He will take over that spot and he will dominate just from his size, strength, speed, and the experience he got from last year. But who do you think is going to be that dog?
I think the dog is going to be Nolan Smith. And here's the reason why I say that is because they're going to play him as what I call a robber. He's going to play the robber position because we already solid at DN, and you don't want to take snaps away from our DNs like Sweat and my other brother
Ready.
yeah, Reddick. So you basically want to have your best players on the field. You know what I'm saying? So the way that you do that is that you take the younger player who's learning, you put him as a robber. So
Mm-hmm.
you move him around where teams can't really game plan for him. Pretty much like the Cowboys did with Micah Parsons in his
Mm-hmm.
first year. For him to have the year that he had, the reason he had that year is because they used him as a robber. They moved him around. Now, if you want to know what that looks like in an Eagle uniform, look at Malcolm Jenkins, how we
Mm-hmm.
used him. Coming out in the announcement, they call him a safety. Malcolm Jenkins was playing linebacker. He was playing
Mm-hmm.
nickel. He was
Oh no, what happened? Come on. OG was breaking it down.
Can
There
you
you
hear
go.
me?
You back. You back.
Oh, okay. So basically, what you have there is you have him rovering and running free. So when that happens, he's going to be getting the weaker parts of the offense
Mm-hmm.
that he's going against. So he's going to be able to see holes. And remember, he's a smart guy. Him and the Kobe Dean is engineers. They both graduated. We ain't got no dummies here, bro.
Mm-hmm.
He runs a 4-3. He's a DN linebacker. He's smart. He's fast. Some guy, I heard someone say he's too small. Well, he's the same size as Micah Parsons.
Right?
So is Micah Parsons too small?
Hmm.
So that's my comeback with that. Don't tell me he's too small, because he's not. The brother is 6'4". He's 243 pounds. And count now he raised up because he went down to 243 to be able to run that 4-3 at the combine.
Mm-hmm.
So he dropped in weight. So what he did was to get his numbers up at the combine to help his draft status. He lost some weight and he was able to run that 4.3. Now he's put that mass back on. He's in the process of doing that. Man, I'm trying to tell you, the brother is going to be a beast on out there. Jalen Carter, you looking at that dude now? I went down at the practice and I was there. My eyes was dead on him. What jumped out to me, again, number one, was the speed that we had on this team. But
Mm-hmm.
if you see Jalen Carter, he's already doing veteran moves. I don't know if you've seen the video that they had on Twitter just yesterday or the other day. You seen him pushing a guard back from the
Yeah, I seen
Cleveland
that one.
Browns.
I seen
What
that
I
one.
want you to pay attention to, look at how he was pressuring him, how he was rushing him, how low his body was. And
Mm-hmm.
low, to have that type of power being that low and to get that type of outcome, is just, brother, it's outstanding. So imagine that guard getting pushed back there, and then imagine Jordan Davis right next to him doing the same damn thing.
Mm-hmm.
Where is that quarterback going? Nowhere, because you got Sweat and what's the name coming from the other side. Bro, this defense is going to be crazy. I'm just telling you, it's going
What
to
do you
be.
feel? How you feel about this? It says if Jalen Carter continues to do what he did last night, I guarantee you won't be seeing any single blocks. He will be double teamed the whole time.
Well, I'm gonna say this here. It's going to be. It's going to. You're probably going to want to press charges after a lot of our games. I gotta say that. So I would tell everybody that you come here, that comes to play the Eagles, or when we come there to play y'all, you better have the police on guard, because we're going to be, there's going to be some physical violence going on out there. So
Mm-hmm.
you might get some charges, some assault charges, because you got Jordan Davis also that's in his second year.
Yes.
Okay, these guys, bro, the leash is off at the once you start that game. There's no, you don't harness that, and then they're not even going to be tired because our rotation is
So deep.
crazy.
So deep.
Bro, I mean, I'm just telling you. You think man, listen, I'm trying to tell you, bro. And I'll say this here. And I tell people, this game is about a 4-point system. Our O-line against their D-line. You win that battle, that's 1 point for you. Their D-line, our D-line against their O-line.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? I think we'll win any of those battles. This is how I look at our schedule, and I came out with 14 and 3. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because of the 4-point system I'm telling you about.
Okay.
The third point is which quarterback turns the ball over the least.
Woo.
You already know we win in them battles.
You already know that one.
You see what I'm saying? And to show you the proof of that, and before I give you that part, then you go to which team will rush the ball more effectively.
Mm.
It's virtually impossible, freaking possible for a team to rush the ball better than the Philadelphia Eagles when your quarterback is just as big as a threat as any running back on the other side.
Facts.
Okay, that's why we'll win that bet. That's 4 points. You win those 4 things, you win the game. It don't matter how many catches the receivers got, because see, that's all for the statisticians. That's all for the stat guys. That's for ESPN. That's for NFL Network. They got to have highlights. That's not how you win games. You win games by these 4-point systems. And I'm gonna tell you something. If you look at us losing the Super Bowl, let's go down.
Let's go.
Our O-line against their D-line. Who won that battle? In your opinion?
I like to say our O line won it.
Okay, and you know why? And you can say that because we didn't give up no sacks.
Exactly.
So it was very close. Now, let's go here. Our D-line against their O-line. Who won that battle?
Their O line.
Okay. because they was able to they didn't give up a sack, and they was able to rush the ball effectively.
Facts. Yeah.
Okay. Now here we go. You ready for this one? Which quarterback turned the ball over the least in that game?
Was it Jalen?
No. Which
Oh,
quarterback?
Petty didn't have a turnover. They didn't have a turnover at all. Yeah, you're right.
So that point goes to them. So we at 2-1 right now.
Mm-hmm.
2 their way and 1 our way. You ready for the last one?
Yep.
Which team rushed the ball more effectively in that Super Bowl? They did.
Yeah.
That's 3-4. That's 3-1, bro.
Woo!
That's 3-1.
Simple math.
So did I prove myself?
Simple math. I like it.
I'm an Eagle fan, but we both kept it real on these 4 points that we just gave out.
Mm-hmm.
And for real, it was close to being a sweep.
Yeah.
Because that our O-line against their D-line, it was very, very slum.
Mm-hmm.
Because we weren't able to rush the ball. Our rushing yards came from Jalen.
Yeah.
So all I'm saying is, man, we have to stop worrying about the talking heads and stats and all that bull crap. That don't mean nothing at the end of the day. That's why when I make my debates and I argue debates, I win every time because I don't have to use numbers to prove my point. I just told you something. We ain't talked about no numbers yet. Every question you ask me, how we look, I ain't said how many sacks. I ain't give you how many yards. I don't have to do that. That's beneath me. See, that's for peons. I'm a high level debater.
Right.
And in my debates, I don't have to disrespect any other player that we're going up against in order to prove my point.
Facts.
I don't.
I love it.
I'm telling you, Jalen Hurts is the best quarterback in the NFL, and I can prove it.
Facts. And that's something I put on my show all the time. And you should have heard, man, for the last 2 years, I always get considered the fan content creator because I'm telling my beliefs of why we got the best quarterback. And everybody else, I want to see more. I got to see more. Like, what do you got to see?
No, it's not about
explanatory. And I know after we had our show, I'm like, this guy gets it. Now break it down to these guys, which you broke down to us. Why Jalen's the number one quarterback.
It's not about how long he's been doing it. We already know Patrick's been in the league longer than Jalen. So we don't have to go there.
Right.
We already know Patrick's got 2 Super Bowls is a team award.
Team award, yes.
That's not an individual award. That's a team award. It counts. It goes down as one of the straws in a hat or feathers in a hat when you're trying to determine who's better, but it's not the end all. And, it don't end the conversation.
Facts.
When you are talking about who is the better quarterback, football player, here's how you got to do that to be fair to both parties. Because one guy been in the league, 5 years? The other guy been in the league 3 years, whatever. So you don't want to do that. You know what I'm saying? That's unfair. So here's how you do it. Which quarterback does more for his team? Now, watch what I do. I'm not going to disrespect Patrick, not once. And if you feel I did, I want you to call me on it as I'm doing it. Because I got ADHD or whatever they want to call that new stuff out. Okay? So I ain't the smartest. I ain't the brightest bulb in the lamp. But check this out. Micah Parsons made a statement that got proven. He said, man, I don't know, man. I think it's the system. I don't think it's Jalen. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I remember that.
Everybody, the whole world remembered that. Okay? So now it had to be proven. Let me show you where it was proven at. Jalen Hurts missed 2 games last year, correct?
Yep.
Okay. In those 2 games that he missed, how many of those games did we win?
0.
None of them. In those 2 games that we lost, how did Miles Sanders do in them games? Average, right?
Average, yeah.
So now, mind you, one was the Dallas Cowboys. Okay, that was a better team when Jalen's not on the field.
And we still almost won that one.
Right. Okay. Check this out. The other game was against the New Orleans Saints,
Mm-hmm.
who was not good last year.
Mm-hmm.
We could not win without Jalen. So that
Right.
there in itself proves to you it's not the system, it's the guy.
Yeah.
It's the Duke.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, here we go. Now, I just proved that one there. Our O-line, Lane Johnson, hasn't given up a sack in 2 years now, right?
Right.
Now, before Jalen Hurts took over at quarterback, when Carson Wentz was the quarterback, that was the same O-line that we have now.
Facts.
Okay. Carson Wentz was sacked probably 58 times that year, close to 60 times. Lane Johnson had a part of that. Okay. When Jalen took over, Lane Johnson now hasn't given up a sack in 2. You know why? Because Jalen is not there when Lane Johnson does get beat.
Yep.
He gets out of there. And everybody was criticizing Jalen for a while, saying he's leaving too early. No, he's not.
No,
It's
not.
called anticipation. When you can anticipate the rush coming and you get out there, and he always gets what? Positive yards.
Mm-hmm.
So what does that do? That makes your offensive line better when you have a quarterback that not just is mobile, but makes great decisions.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Because the decision making that he does is a part of the success of the offense. So naturally, it's going to make your offensive line look better. Now, let me give you another point with the O-line. If you go and look at any one of our games, when teams DNs rush our offense, rush Jalen Hurts, they do not come out of the block hard. They come out with the pickaboo style. It's like they throw in a jab and they looking to see what Jalen is doing. Is he giving it off? Is he going to, you see what I'm saying? Is he going to run it? And then they go into it. So that's 2 seconds. Okay? So now your O-line has 2 seconds before they have to do their job.
Woo!
And who is responsible for the 2 seconds? Jalen Hurts.
Yes.
Okay, so that's that. So I think I proved that he makes the O-line better. So when you hear people say we got the best O-line in the league, it's because of Jalen. Is the reason why we got the best O-line in the NFL.
I like it.
And no one can argue that because I just broke it down to you, and it's not even debatable. See, when I say things, I don't leave nothing open for you to come back and debate with me about it. Because what I just showed you was not factual. It's truthful. There's a difference between the facts and the truth. The facts is what's on the sheet. That's what's on this paper. It's a fact that there's numbers here. The stats, how many touchdowns those are facts. The truth is what's real. Do you have the ability to see the game behind the game? So it's a fact. It's a truth. So the truth is Jalen Hurts is the reason our O-line is better. So he makes the O-line better. We've proven that part. Now, let's go to the running game. The same thing. The DNs can't move until they see what decision Jalen is making with the ball. So they're paused for 2 seconds. By that time, Kelsey then pulled around. The other guard, everybody got their blocks, the hole wide open. Miles Sanders don't get touched until 3 yards down the field. Okay? So he had 1,300 yards. That's his career high.
Career high.
When Jalen was not playing, Miles Sanders looked average.
Facts.
So that proves, and Jalen Hurts rushes the ball also. So he does what? Makes your running game better.
Facts.
Okay? Now, I'm here.
And Miles even said too, that he holds the defense, the linebackers.
Right.
And that's what makes it that much easier for
Right.
him.
Right.
The offensive line, like you said, they said he holds the linebackers, he holds the DNs. That will make it easier for them. He makes everybody's job easier.
Right. Now let me go to the wide receivers. Here's the wide receivers, right?
Mm-hmm.
When AJ and Devontae Smith, why they're always open, why they always winning on their routes. What did I just tell you? How many seconds do they got that the damn corner has to cover them? So they're covering them for 4 to 5 seconds on every play. It's the average time that a corner is responsible for covering the receiver is 3 seconds.
3 seconds. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
They're getting 4 and 5 seconds to cover. Why? Because they have to wait until Jalen determines if he's running or throwing the ball. So the corners are, by that time, the receivers are on top of the corners.
Mm-hmm.
See, I play cornerback. Our job is to stay in the back pocket. Stay right on that hip.
Mm-hmm.
That way you can defend a back shoulder throw. And that way you can also get on top of the route, at any time. But with the amount of time that Jalen is buying the receivers, the corners are steps behind. They're not in the back pocket. They're not in the hip. So Jalen does what? Makes the receivers better.
Yep.
They both of them had career years. Now, whose offense are we running? We running Jalen Hurts' offense. He brought Oklahoma's offense to Philadelphia. He taught Shane Steichen the offense. He got Shane Steichen a head coaching job with the Colts.
Right.
Because people think that Shane Steichen is responsible for Jalen Hurts' development, which he's not. Let me give you the proof.
Mm-mm.
When Shane Steichen calls a play, Jalen Hurts looks at his wristband and he says, okay, that's the play he wants. So now he goes and he reads the defense. What he's reading is he's reading where the safety is and what the level of the safety is. If the safety is up closer, he already know that he's got to go to the other side, to the other hash, okay? Then he reads the position of the linebacker, and then and on the same play, he's got to read the DN crashing down and all that other stuff, all in a matter of seconds, right? He's got to do all of this. So he changes the play according to what's in the box. He counts up the box, and that lets him know if he wants to hand it off to Miles Sanders, or if he want to keep it and run it himself, or if he's going to throw it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So name me a quarterback in the NFL and in any damn sport you want that's running their own offense. You can't.
First one's Peyton. Like that's what he gives me Peyton vibes.
Yes.
Remember when Peyton came out? He was the first one to call his own plays. Even
Yes.
Brady winning all these championships, he wasn't allowed to call his own plays.
No.
Peyton was the first one to go out there, and that's like you said. That's how I feel like Jalen's taking that step where he's leaps and bounds ahead of these other guys. Like he said, the first true triple threat quarterback.
Yes. So
First.
I just proved to you in this what I just did, that Jalen Hurts does more for his team than any other player, quarterback or player in the NFL. I just proved it to you.
And it's simple math, man. You look at it inside the pocket, he's number one in a lot of those categories. Like he doesn't turn over the football. Like Patty Mahomes, these guys, they're on teams that throw the ball 100 to 200 times more than Jalen throws the ball. He doesn't have to. People are like, well, let me see him throw the 4,000 yards. But let me see him throw the 40 touchdowns. He doesn't have to. That's a choice. He doesn't have to because he's deadly both ways. And I think if you try to make him lean one way or the other, that would totally mess up his game. You know what I'm saying? The fact that he's so balanced is the biggest threat. Like the fact that he's that weapon that you cannot stop is the biggest threat.
Here's the reason why.
It's not even that complicated. It's very simple stuff.
Yes.
It's just he's able to execute at a very high level.
Right. You're dealing with a 23 to 24-year-old guy. He's going up against defensive coordinators, man, that's damn his father's age, that's been in the game longer than him. This is one man. This is a kid taking advantage of these defenses.
Yeah.
They have no answer for him. The reason why Jalen Hurts didn't have 5,000 yards passing, didn't have 51 touchdowns, is because he didn't have to. It
Yes.
was not called for that. We're up 2 touchdowns in every game that we played. We
Yep.
were up 2 touchdowns in every only game that we weren't up 2. Actually, we were down 14 points was to the Jacksonville Jaguars. People don't look at that. You know what I'm saying? And he came back from that, and we won that game. So what I'm saying to you is this here is Patrick Mahomes passes the ball way more than Jalen does. If Jalen passed the ball the amount of times that Patrick Mahomes passed the ball, I think it's safe to say that he would have just as many yards.
Exactly.
It's just simple math. You know what I'm saying? It's not hard to think. So if you're up 2 touchdowns in every game that you played, why would you be throwing the ball as much? No, you want the clock to run so that we can end this damn game and get ready for the next game. And you don't want to wear your players down. If you look at Kansas City games last year, Kansas City had to throw the ball because they did not blow teams out last year.
Exactly.
A lot of their games was close. They lost to the Colts. We have never experienced Jalen Hurts lose a game for the Philadelphia Eagles. Never. Every game that Jalen has played for us, he's given us a chance to win them games.
Facts.
You can go to his so-called worst game, which was against the Giants, you know what I'm saying, 2 years ago. And he had 3 interceptions in that game.
Mm-hmm.
We still had a chance to win that game had Rager caught one of those touchdowns that he threw in.
Mm-hmm.
Just one. He dropped both of them. So my point is, we've seen Patrick Mahomes lose games for Kansas City with interceptions. We've seen this. We have not seen Jalen Hurts be the reason that the Eagles lose a game.
And that's all facts. 16-2 last year. The games that we lost, we should have won if we had Jalen Hurts playing.
Right.
Like, it's assist. You're 100% on all this stuff right now. That's why I had to get you on here. You're dropping knowledge on these people. And that's one thing I've been trying to express to these guys. Like, he's different. He's different. And it is the first time. You had your Lamar Jackson, you had your Michael Vick, you had your Randall Cunningham, you had your Donovan McNabb, you had these athletic guys. They didn't have all three, And when Donnie first started, he was running the ball a lot. And then they told him, "Oh, you're not a real quarterback." And what Donnie do? Try to say, "Oh, I am a real quarterback. Watch me throw the ball
right
more, right?" And that hurt his game.
Yes.
Jalen Hurts don't have to throw the ball more.
Yes.
He's efficient when he is throwing a football, and that's all that matters. Like you said, we're trying to win games here. If the Eagles were to play the second half of the football games, Jalen would have more yards than Patty Mahomes.
Let me give you I'm gonna tell you a story. What happened when Jalen Hurts was doing an interview with Malika Andrews, I believe. She was interviewing him while he was at Oklahoma, and it was his last year or whatever. So she was like, Jalen, she said, when you get to the NFL, you was at Alabama and you was at Oklahoma where you only lost 1 game, 2 games. Yeah. She said, in the NFL, it's going to be a whole lot different. You're going to lose more than that. You know what he said? He said, we'll see.
Yeah.
He said, we'll see. And right now, bro, he's lost as many games as he did in college.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I told people he's not a loser. He doesn't lose football games. He doesn't turn over the football. Those are 2 things you can staple to Jalen Hurts' name. He would not turn over the football very much, and he do not lose football games.
Mm-hmm.
And those 2 qualities alone.
That's correct.
Man, really, very special cat out, man. And his demeanor, he leads, man. Like, this will be the first quarterback I've ever seen. Like I said, I'm up there in age a little bit too. He was the first quarterback I've ever seen that not only the players gravitate towards him, but the organization gravitates towards him. The GM, the owner gravitates towards this guy. You know what I'm saying? To where he's leading all these guys at 25 years old? I'm 42, and I'm like, damn, man. Like, he's my role model too. Like, this guy's out there. Everything that comes out of his mouth is poetic.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And it's not no stuff that he's trying to hype you up with. He's just being him. He's just being real, how he feel, letting you know straight up. This is what it is. We keep it the main thing.
Mm-hmm.
One game at a time. He went out there after his first year. He went to the best of the best, the Manning brothers, Peyton, Tom Brady's trainers,
Mm-hmm.
like all the best of the best. Like, what do I need to do to get better? Any
Mm-hmm.
man that's willing to go out there and work
Mm-hmm.
to get that success, you gotta give him nothing but respect.
Yeah, it's work ethic, man, and I'm just so proud of this guy, man, because I was pretty much I'm very one. I ain't gonna say nobody else seen in him what I seen in him. I seen greatness in Jalen Hurts the moment that we got him.
Let's
Okay,
do that.
and what I did is Jalen
I,
Hurts is not my prototypical type player. He was
yeah,
not. Okay, but once we drafted him, I said, let me go check this kid out, right? Because I've seen him play in college. But I said, let me go in debt. Because this is when before I back you, I want to see where you come from. What have you been through? What type of adversity you've been through, bro? And when I looked into his story and the things that he's been through, I said, this kid has nothing, nowhere to go but up.
but up,
There's
but
nowhere to
up.
go for him but up. And if you
Yeah,
look at his downfalls, none of his downfalls was of his doing.
yeah.
Let me give you this here. I'm going to educate you people on something. I believe that Jalen Hurts got caught up in a money grab
Yes,
with Nick Saban at Alabama.
yes.
Okay? Now, check this out. Nick Saban had Tua. He brought Tua from Hawaii. He not only brought Tua from Hawaii to Alabama, he brought his entire family,
Mm-hmm.
okay, from Hawaii to Alabama. That's the boosters. This was before it was legal to even pay players.
Right.
Okay. So check this one out. We're in the national championship game. And let me lay you some groundwork here. Jalen Hurts graduated from high school early
Mm-hmm.
to be able to come and be on the national championship game team with the Alabama.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So he graduated early from high school to come there. His dad told Nick Saban and Bo, he said, yo, why don't you let Jalen run the scout team? And so, playing like Deshaun Watson, because that's who they had to play. So Nick Saban said, okay. And he let him do it. And all the defensive players that was on the team for Alabama went to Coach Saban and said, yo, coach, man, this kid can play. You
Mm-hmm.
should, you should, he's giving us problems. They ended up starting. That was the first time Nick Saban started a freshman at Alabama.
Yes, sir.
That's when we lost. They lost in the national championship. So now, let's fast forward. We got Tua here. Okay. Now the boosters picks up the phone and call Nick Saban and say, "Yo, man, we need to get a return on our money because the draft is coming up, and we need Tua to be playing so that his stock can go up."
Mm-hmm.
Nick Saban, and I'm giving you a whatever you want to call. Freaking, I don't give a damn. Listen, Nick Saban said, "Let me do this here. We know what we can do against Georgia in this national championship game." They played Jalen Hurts, started him as they should. He was their starter. They only
Mm-hmm.
lost one game for them. Now, it's halftime. His stats is 3 for 8 for 21 yards. No touchdowns, no interceptions. Now, what's glaring to you on that? He threw the ball 8 times at
Mm-hmm.
halftime. This is a starting quarterback in a national championship game, and you're telling me he had 8 attempts of throwing the football?
Yeah.
Something's wrong here.
Yep.
Come out of the locker. Hold. Now, the score is 16-0. Why is it 16-0? Because Nick Saban runs the defense. He don't run the offense. Nick Saban defense got too many defensive players on the field. That was
Mm-hmm.
one penalty right before the half. Okay. That pushed Clemson up. Then they got a roughing the passer. Okay. They roughed Deshaun Watson up. That
Yep.
moved them up again. Not Deshaun Watson, but whoever they was playing. In that game, it was Georgia. I'm sorry. Okay. So that moved Georgia up. All right. Then they got the roughing the passer. That moved them up closer. Now they score a touchdown out of that. That's how the score got to 16-0. So
Mm-hmm.
it really had nothing to do with Jalen Hurts. Okay. So now coming out of the half, Nick Saban chooses to bench Jalen Hurts for Tua. Tua comes in. He does okay. He didn't do anything spectacular. They
Right.
were in a situation. They had a 3rd and 8. Tua, and this was near the end of the game. They would have lost that game. Tua took a sack, a 12-yard sack on that play, which brought up 4th and forever.
Mm-hmm.
Georgia had a blown coverage on defense, which let Devontae Smith wide open down the sideline. Tua threw the ball. They win the game.
Yep.
Okay? Look at this now. Now, the nation is all on Tua. Bop, 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 bop. Everybody, papers, everybody's on Tua. This is what the boosters needed. Now, Tua's stock is where? Sky high.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Sky high.
Mm-hmm.
Now, my thing is, he was a sacrificial lamb.
Yeah.
Tua ended up going in the draft. He gets drafted to Miami, 6, 9, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Got his money. But guess who the boosters are? It's what people don't know. The boosters are the agents. That's who the boosters are. See, the agents can't deal in college football at that time. Okay, you can't give players money at that time. So the agents had to play the back seat, and they was the boosters.
Mm-hmm.
Shuffling money to Nick Saban, and he paying them guys, right? Now, you come to the NFL, who's his Tua's agent? Bang, the person who was the booster.
Right.
So they own Tua for the rest of his playing career. We got to wake up.
It's bigger than
We got to wake up. You got to see the
dropping
game.
that knowledge, man. Dropping that knowledge.
Trying to tell you, man. You know what I'm saying? So Jalen was a sacrificial lamb. Jalen's dad goes to Nick Saban and tells him, yo, man, you're not going to play with my son's emotions. Either you're going to start him or we're going to just move him out. Nick Saban says, quote, do what you have to do, what's best for you and your family.
Yeah.
Jalen's dad said, okay, we good with that. Jalen had 11 credits to get before he can graduate from Alabama. So that's why he didn't transfer. Everybody's saying he should have transferred. No. Why would you do that when he only needed 11 credits? So he went on, manned up, and he did his 11 credits, got his degree. He graduated early from Alabama, 3 years.
Right.
The smartness of this kid.
Super
Okay.
smart.
Now he transfers to Oklahoma. He goes on to have the best year damn near any quarterback Oklahoma ever had.
Like ever.
Runner up in Heisman. He lose to Joe Burrow. Okay, bang, that's cool. Come to the NFL, and they shading him again. They draft. He gets drafted by the Philadelphia Eagles in the 2nd round. So who advised it?
What's your take on that? Because I always see is that was the smartest move Howie ever did for a business standpoint of it. We were paying backup quarterbacks $10 and $15 million a year. We just gave Carson the bag. We just gave him the bag. That was all the insurance he should have needed. He shouldn't have been feeling like, oh, Jalen Hurts coming for his job. We gave him the bag.
Let me say this here.
Not pay a backup quarterback $15 million or more. So why not? You got 2nd round Heisman Trophy winner up sitting there, Jalen Hurts. Why not draft him?
Let me tell you what happened there. Remember who I told you was the advisor for the Eagles.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Lincoln Riley is the Philadelphia Eagles advisor. We've been trying to get Lincoln Riley as our head coach before Doug Peterson. Okay. So, but he didn't want to come to the NFL. So what he did is he said, okay, he formed a relationship with Jeffrey and Howie. So Lincoln Riley became an advisor for the Philadelphia Eagles, for Jeffrey and Howie. So now we get to the draft and we chose Jalen Hurts. This was not Howie and I'm getting lucky. They knew what they were doing. So Jeffrey and Howie sat down and said, listen, we got Carson Wentz. We're not really sure if this guy is going to be able to hold up.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You pretty much seen enough that you know he's not a top echelon quarterback. I don't think at this time anybody was oblivious of that. Okay, it's already clear. What can we do to get the most out of Carson? Well, Jeff, this is what I think we should do. I think we should sign him. If we get him signed up, his value will be better because now we can actually trade him and get something for him. See, people think, oh, we gave him the bag and we wasted. No, that was the plan. The plan was to get him signed, okay, to make him attractive to other buyers.
Yeah.
So when you're trying to sell a car, if you're a car salesman and you're trying to sell this car, this Honda, the Honda will sell for blue market value, whatever. But if you put rims on that Honda is going to be worth a little bit more.
Facts.
So what they did is they sealed Carson Wentz, making him attractive to other teams to want to be willing to give you a first round pick for him because at that time he was worth that. Okay,
we did that with all the quarterbacks. We give all the quarterbacks the bag before we trade them.
Yeah,
we did that with Donovan McNabb. We gave him that extension before we traded them off.
Yeah,
we always do that.
That's the business minds that we have. You see what I'm saying? So now you give him that money. You already got your starting quarterback in Jalen Hurts. That's your future. We know that. Now they got the number one pick or a first round pick for Carson Wentz, and we moving. So when people say the Eagles got lucky, no, the Eagles didn't get lucky. What they did is they went all in because the first move they made was they read up the offensive lineman. They gave Kelsey some money. They gave Lane some money. So they solidified that O-line because they said, listen, if we get this Jalen Hurts, people going to get on us because we drafted him number 2. We're going to take a lot of racket. So now we got to make sure this thing works out. How do you guarantee that something works out? You put as much investment into that you can possibly put. Okay? So now you do that. The second thing they did, and this should tell you that their plan was always Jalen Hurts to be their starting quarterback. They went and got Brian Johnson from Florida, who damn near known Jalen since he was 6. Jalen's father was Brian Johnson's coach. He coached Brian Johnson. So that relationship is there. So you bring in Brian Johnson as the quarterback coach and you got Carson Wentz here, that tells you right there that their plan was to get rid of Carson Wentz the moment they drafted Jalen Hurts. Okay? Now, Ike Reese on the radio, he makes a statement that the Eagles didn't want to get rid of him. Carson wanted out. No, they made Carson want out.
Yep.
Because they didn't show him no favoritism. They didn't give a F about if he cared if we drafted Jalen or not. They didn't give a F about if we brung Brian Johnson here or not. They just did it. Now you live with it. And so when Carson said he wanted out, he didn't want to compete for the job. See, that worked out great for us because that allowed us to get rid of him sooner than they actually wanted to. You see what I'm saying? So they did what they did. So let's be clear on something. Jalen Hurts was the Philadelphia Eagles' plan to be their quarterback long term. This was not a genie we caught in the bottle, no. The pedigree. And you don't hear this about quarterbacks of our ilk having pedigree. Jalen Hurts has the pedigree of a quarterback. Normally you hear that about white players. Pedigree. He was raised to be where the F he is right now. This was the plan for Jalen Hurts. Where he is today, this was not a mistake. This was the plan that him and his dad had when they got him involved in the freaking game of football.
And I didn't even understand how they didn't see, like, how he even went to second round, to me. Like, how are you going to be the runner-up for Heisman Trophy and pretty much break records, over 4,000 yards passing, 1,000 yards rushing, but not be a first-round talent?
You want to know the truth?
Break it down for me.
Nick Saban put the word out on him. He was blackballing him because, see, Remember when Jalen Hurts transferred to Oklahoma, Tua was their quarterback at that point.
Mm-hmm.
Tua broke his hip. Had Jalen stayed at Alabama, you would have been able to go to Jalen, you know, like there. So when Nick Saban, when Jalen's father G-checked Nick Saban, and I know this for a fact, he went to his office and they had they did.
Mm-hmm.
I remember Malika Andrews was interviewing Nick Saban, and she was like, Nick, what you going to do about your starting quarterback? You know, you got Jalen, and he snapped on her. And he had to come back and apologize to her days later for doing it because the media or the organization made him do it. But what she was doing, she did nothing wrong. She was going with the script. The script was to downgrade Jalen, make him look bad so that you can justify having Tua as the quarterback, because who benches a quarterback that's only lost one game in his career with you?
Facts.
So she didn't know why he snapped on her like that. But the reason why he snapped on her, now get this, is because he had just had the meeting with Jalen's dad. And he told him to do what's best for you and your family. So when Malika Andrews stuck the mic in his face, asking him this stuff about Jalen, had he said anything, vulgar or whatever, Jalen's dad probably would have had a bigger issue with this.
Yeah.
You got to listen.
Well,
The
that's a
game
problem,
behind the game.
right?
That's what this is about. So Nick Saban put the word out on Jalen. Yo, man, let that joker, let him sit for a round. You know what I mean? And he tell everybody so put the word out on him. He struggles accuracy. He struggles reading. You see what I'm saying? You put them little things out there. Man, we got to understand this game, man. You got to understand what's going on. It's about money. It ain't the game.
Yeah.
It's about that money. So when Jalen's dad did that, that's breaking code. You got a black man step into a white, top of the line coach about his son. Whoa, that's taboo.
Right.
His dad ain't supposed to be involved. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, he spanked Jalen Hurts' dad because Jalen Hurts' dad stood up for his son. That's what I'm telling you. So that is the reason why Jalen lasted to the second round. First of all, in the history of college football, there's never been a player more decorated in terms of game. I know you can go to the Florida quarterback, whatever his name, Tebow, and say, "Oh, no, I'm talking about yards, touchdown. I'm talking about the real talent." Okay, that didn't go to first round, bro. And every receiver he's ever had went in the top 10.
Facts.
Every receiver Jalen has ever had at Alabama, all
you
went top
Cowgirls,
10.
remember that. CeeDee Lamb was better with Jalen Hurts.
Right.
That's what got him that first round.
Yes. Come on, man. I'm telling you, this is a breed of one. Jalen Hurts is a breed of one. There's nobody like him. None. You can go to Chicago and Justin Fields. Oh, he's strong. He's faster than Jalen. But guess what? It's here. Yeah. It's the decision making that makes him great. Yeah. His decision making is what makes the organization say, this is the guy. And he didn't have to go and dig no dirt to get that shit. He was born with that. That's him. Adversity. That's what I look in my players. Before I say if a player is going to be great, I want to know what he's been through. Justin Fields been through something. He was at Georgia. He got called the N-word and he transferred. He got scared. He didn't want no smoke. He didn't want to go through the adversity that could have built him up mentally strong. Mm-hmm. So he goes to the last school he was at, Justin Fields.
Ohio State.
Yeah. So he transferred from, was that Georgia then? But he got called the N-word, whatever. Yeah. And he transferred to Ohio State. Uh-huh. So then, you see what I'm saying, though? You see he ran from the adversity. Yeah. He didn't face it on. a baseball baseball player called him the N-word. Oh man, they got rid of the guy for calling him, bro. It broke him. He transferred to another school because
Right.
he didn't want to go through nothing. So I'm trying to tell y'all what this is about. When you've been through something and you overcome it, that's my guy. That's my guy, because that's what I need him to do here at this level, and to be able to deal with the adversity at this level. Because why? You have experience in dealing with adversity. My man, I'm just trying to tell y'all.
Hey, you preaching it.
I'm just
You're
trying.
preaching it. And that's what I've been trying to preach to these guys for 2 years now. You know what I'm saying? Like for 2 years now. I've been putting the horn. Everybody, like, you crazy, Bergen. You crazy. We need to see more. He's not that good. I tell everybody, Jalen Hurts is the best quarterback in the league. Patty Mahomes is 1B.
Mm-hmm.
Straight up. And that's no slight to Patty.
And right, they both great players.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So what I told you about what makes Jalen Hurts the best quarterback in the league, I didn't have to disrespect Patrick Mahomes.
Facts.
I didn't have, and for the life of me, I don't know why people say Joe Burrow over Jalen. First of all, Joe Burrow damn near shitted himself in the Super Bowl.
Facts.
Okay, their first touchdown came off a halfback pass. The running back had to pass to throw the touchdown. And then his second touchdown came when T. Higgins grabbed the face mask of the corner. You know what I mean? Ramsey.
Mm-hmm.
That should have been called. So that
Yeah.
wouldn't have been a touchdown.
Yeah.
So they did all that to make Joe Burrow look like, he was, the Super Bowl was not a flop. Other than that, that Super Bowl would have been a bust, bro.
Yeah.
He had opportunities to win that game. He folded. Joe Burrow did not look good in the Super Bowl. And that's with all due respect.
Mm-hmm.
So what does Joe Burrow do that Jalen Hurts can't do and hasn't done? Nothing. There's nothing. Joe Burrow ain't got no gun. He ain't highly accurate. He don't have the package that Jalen has. And
Right.
Joe Burrow's a good player.
He's good.
But he ain't that dude.
Yeah.
Josh Allen. Josh Allen is already declining.
These guys are turnover machines too.
You know why? Because defenses has figured him out. He is not accurate. He can't throw outside the numbers consistently enough to be a top echelon quarterback. People still have him there right now because of one game. That game against Kansas City that year that they almost beat Kansas City.
That was an epic game.
And you know why they say it was an epic game?
That was an epic game.
Both defenses was bone dry tired.
Yeah.
Both defenses.
Yeah.
So that's why it was a score. The defenses was done, bro. They were smoked. So it gave you a false perception that Josh Allen is better than he really was.
Mm-hmm.
He's never been that good, bro. I mean, I'm not shading him.
Those guys, Herbert, Allen, Burrow.
I'm just saying to you that he doesn't have the pedigree, and he didn't even play with the level of players in college that Jalen did. So he didn't get a chance to get that. Now, I'm not telling you that he can't get it. I'm just telling you that what he is now, he struggles to throw the ball consistently outside the numbers. Jalen last year was number one in throwing the ball outside the numbers, had the best deep ball in the league last year. Okay. Yes. He was top 2, 3 in every category of quarterbacking. How in the hell you
inside the pocket? And like the thing that I get, he's not only was number one for explosive plays passing, he's number one for explosive plays running the football. Over the last couple of years, Jalen Hurts has one of the best runs all year long, every year he plays. We're like, wow, did he just really do that? Really?
I made a statement this week, and I didn't put it out on Twitter yet, but I am. And I'm challenging people, and I'm saying that Jalen Hurts owned more quarterback records than any quarterback in the game today.
Right?
And hold on. I didn't even go check this. So I'm speaking just off the dome. I don't know this to be a fact.
But it is.
But it's the truth. But I believe it's the truth. So I'm going to ask all my Twitter followers if y'all can help me out and just go and count these up for me. because I don't, I'm old school.
OG Wade on Twitter, hit him up for real, guys.
So I'm saying,
Hit him up.
and here's what I'm asking: count up Jalen Hurts' NFL records that he holds. You know what I'm saying? And I want to stack it up against Patrick Mahomes, and I know Josh Allen don't fit in there. I know Joe Burrow don't fit in there. So it's either Patrick Mahomes and Aaron Rodgers. They're the only ones that can contend with Jalen Hurts in terms of records. So it's not a hard search to do. But I will guarantee you, when you're done adding it up, Jalen Hurts owns more quarterback records, NFL records, than any quarterback in the game today. That's what I'm saying.
That's facts. Because I remember, I was like telling people, that was one of my biggest arguments. How you going to say a guy that's like breaking records? His first year, every week, new record broken. New record broken.
Yes.
How you guys doubting a guy that's breaking records every single week?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Like, you didn't hear this about Patty Mahomes.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't hear this about Joe Burrows. You didn't hear this about Josh Allen. You didn't hear this about none of them. But you're going to say that these guys are better?
I think the problem that we have as a society, and it's just, I didn't realize how gifted I was in terms of my eye for talent until I got on Twitter and I'm discussing things with people. And I'm like, damn, I thought other people can see what I see.
Right.
But they don't get it. The problem is that Jalen Hurts, when I say a breed of one, I really mean that. I'm not saying it because that's the chain he has. I'm telling you that he's a breed of one because there is no player like him. You know what I'm saying? There's no one like Jalen Hurts. So it's uncomfortable for the masses of people, not for people that like Jalen. It's uncomfortable for the masses, even people that kind of like him that say, "Oh, gee, you're going too far." No, I understand what you're saying, but I want y'all to understand what you're looking at. He's an evolution. He's creating a new quarterback.
Yes.
You only see one of him, but there's others that's going to be like him because there's others now, coaches that's going to be molding their quarterbacks to be like Jalen. You understand what I'm saying? So this is why people can't see what that Jalen is. Because you don't see it nowhere else, so it's hard to really accept it because it's not something that you see.
And that's what I always tell my fans. I go, the reason why is because they've never seen it.
Yeah.
And because they've never seen it, they're scared to damp it.
They're scared to embrace it.
And that's so crazy. It's even Eagles fans. They're scared to go all in on him and be like, oh, he's the best they've ever seen because they haven't seen it before and they expect it to decline any second.
Right.
They expected it. I'm like, this guy's young. We don't even know his ceiling yet. If he makes the same jump he made from last year to this year, what is that? The greatest quarterback ever to play the damn game.
And that's another thing. And I want to correct you on this. People say Jalen made the Josh Allen jump. Jalen made this jump. If you go back and look at the plays before we got A.J. Brown, just go back and watch the games. We did the same plays, bro. The difference is Jalen Reagor was not making the catches. Let me give you an example. In the Dallas Cowboys game with Jalen Reagor, we were in Dallas. Jalen Hurts throws.
I'm gonna give you the screen for 1 second. I'm gonna go run to the bathroom real fast. I'll be right back. Go ahead and talk to him.
Okay. Jalen Hurts throws the ball down the sideline to A.J. Brown. I'm sorry, to Jalen Reagor. Jalen Reagor seen that the ball was slightly underthrown. And Jalen Hurts, if y'all look at his play, he does this intentionally. Because what he's doing is he's giving his receiver the best chance to make a play on the ball. So the player, cornerback, I don't know which one it was, jumps up and attacks the ball at its highest point like he's supposed to do. Jalen Reagor sits there and watch the guy pick the ball off. Okay? That's a turnover. Now go to the Pittsburgh Steelers game last year. Jalen Hurts got A.J. Brown, dead eye. He throws the ball up. The ball is slightly underthrown. A.J. Brown comes a little back and attacks the ball at its highest point. And Fitzpatrick almost picked it off. If it wasn't for A.J. Brown making the play on the ball, it would have been an interception. That's the difference. So when I say there was no huge jump that Jalen Hurts made, his playmakers was making plays. His teammates was helping him. That's what you need to be effective as a quarterback. It's not just the quarterback. You got to have the participation of the receiver in terms of possessing the ball. Now, we didn't need A.J. Brown to be successful. We had Devontae Smith. A.J. Brown is like icing on the cake. So if you look at Kansas City, when they lost Tyreek Hill, it was like, oh, no, Tyreek Hill wasn't needed there. He was the icing on the cake because they had Kelsey. They had Nicole Hardman. They had other, So I want people to understand that you don't need these names on the back of the jerseys to be a good team, to be a great team. You need willing participants. You need guys that's going to possess the football. Just catch the ball, man. Just catch the ball. That helps you. So, and that's the difference. So when I say he didn't make a jump, there was no jump. Jalen didn't. He went out and he worked on his game in terms of his throwing abilities, in terms of his footwork. If you look at Jalen's incompletions, and if you look at how his feet were set, you got to understand this man is on the move, in the pocket, and he's got to make these quick decisions with this run pass option, this RPO. So his offensive style has to be quicker in terms of his decision making, and he's got to make sure that he's making the right decisions. So this is what you're seeing. You're seeing the evolution. So when I say to you, he's going to be better this year, it's only right that he's be better this year because he's going to be with the teammates that he's got for another year. So this is be A.J. Brown's second year in this offense. If you look at the games last year, A.J. Brown became more effective with us later on in the season because they changed how they were throwing him the ball. But people didn't even realize that. People don't know that the Eagles changed the way they were throwing A.J. the ball. They did after a certain point of the games. But you got to be able to look inside the game to know this. This is why I tell you I focus, bro. And I don't like watching the games with people because I can't be dialed in like this. I can't give you this content. I can't give you this knowledge if I'm sitting there drinking and smoking and cheering. I know y'all like that. That's good. Enjoy the games. You know what I'm saying? I'm a little bit more detailed. You know what I'm saying? So this is what I love. I love being detailed. I love looking at the intricate key parts of the game and how it's done and why a quarterback is successful. The NFL can make you the face. They can make you successful or appear successful by the things that they do. You don't know. Here's what y'all don't know. Before the game starts, before the TV cameras come on, the players are walking around the fields. You know what they're doing? They're talking to the referees. Now, imagine this here. Patrick Mahomes comes out. They're in Kansas City. They're going to play a game. Patrick Mahomes is in his shorts, his T-shirt, and he's twirling around the ball. You got the white hat, the head referee there, right? Patrick Mahomes talking with them. Yo, man, how your wife? Oh, great, Patrick. My son wants you to sign this for him. Patrick signing autographs and everything. Mm-hmm. Check this out, y'all. I want y'all to understand something. Yeah. How's your daughter? Oh, she's great. She loves you, Patrick. She loves you. Blah, blah, blah. So now you got all this here. This is human nature. This is human contact now. This is real. So now, bing, the lights come on. The whistle blows. The flip of the coin. Da-da-da-da-da. Now we're watching. So when the referees is making these calls, Patrick just signed this man's fucking autograph for his daughter. You think he gonna not give Patrick that call in the Super Bowl when Patrick pointed at Bradbury? Yo, he held him. Ref took the flag and dropped it. I want y'all to understand. I'm not trying to be funny.
Politics.
I want y'all to understand how this game goes.
Sports entertainment.
All that was a relationship. He had the better relationship with the referee.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not telling you they cheated. I'm
Mm-hmm.
not telling you none of that. I'm just telling you every bit helps. Every
Amen.
bit of help helps. That's all I'm saying. It all helps. I know people want to think, oh, that you're bro. I'm just giving you human nature. I know. I did it my damn self when I played,
Right.
talking to the referees, and y'all cool with them. I mean, bro. These the same referees that ref all their games for 5 years. The hell you think he don't have a relationship with these guys? You don't think that? Are
Facts.
we that? Seriously, are we that tone deaf that we don't think that
Man.
that's a real thing,
Mm-hmm.
bro? It's real. I'm telling you, it's real, and they all have them relationships. I'm
Mm-hmm.
telling you. So when you watching the game, just understand there's politics that goes into everything. That's how this world is.
Yes.
So here we are now, Philadelphia Eagles fan. We got the best of the best right now. We
Mm-hmm.
are the best team.
Cream of the
The
crop.
problem is we have to be able to rise above all that favoritism shit because we're not the most liked. We are the hunted right now. They coming for our asses.
Mm-hmm.
Believe that. But we good. We built for this.
Be good.
We got
We're just different.
dogs. We
Mm-hmm.
got dogs. I'm trying to tell you. We got dogs.
Mm-hmm.
We built for this. So here's where your muscle, your power, your greatness of a team takes over all that shit I just told you about. Okay? Because you ain't gonna be able to do that on every call.
Facts.
Now, there's culpability there also on our part. Things that we did wrong in the Super Bowl. We didn't cover that punt like we should have covered that damn punt. That
Mm-hmm.
wasn't the referee.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Our
The
coach
field
wasn't head
position,
wasn't in the game. Our defense coach was head wasn't in the game to let
yeah,
the same
because he's
play
worrying about
score
Arizona.
touchdowns on you
So,
twice in a row.
and I think the punishment for him should have not have been us we getting a draft pick. No, he should have been. What's his name? He should have been suspended for 5 years from the NFL. Their vice president, general manager, whoever hired him, he should have been suspended from the NFL from being a GM for 5 years. Okay, and then I want the ref out. Yeah, that too. And then I think that what else is hurting the game is this damn viewer recalls from New York,
Yeah.
Vegas. That kills the game, bro. But the reason why that was brought in is because they got this sports betting legal now.
Mm-hmm.
So Vegas said, we'll get in with you, but we're going to need to control these calls. The
Yeah.
NFL said, all right, well, we're going to have to create something. Now, mind you, that sports betting didn't start right away. It just started, 2 years ago? So,
Yeah.
okay, guess where the foundation was laid when the Saints and the Rams, or was it the Vikings that had that pass interference in the playoffs?
Yep.
That egregious pass interference that Stevie Wonder could see was pass interference. That wasn't called. Y'all thought that was a mistake? No. It was to put us in rage. It was
Mm-hmm.
to enrage the popularities,
Mm-hmm.
the masses, so that you can demand that something be done. I demand that y'all change it, take it out of their hands. So guess what they do? All right, we got y'all fans, but we're going to review everything from New York now. Well, guess who New York is? Vegas.
Yeah.
So now every call that goes up to New York, can I give you some proof? The game in Philadelphia last year, when Bradbury got blocked in the back by number 20, their running back, what's his name?
Cheryl.
The Dallas Cowboys running back. Their
Oh.
running back right now, their starter. What's his name?
Oh.
Anyway, he blocked Bradbury. They threw the ball to CD Lamb. He blocked Bradbury in the back. You could see Bradbury's third. Bradbury the third. The referee threw the flag for blocking the back. When they got together, 5 referees got together. The referee dropped his earpiece. It fell, it's the string. So it came out of his ear and it laid on his shoulder. He grabbed that joint, and he put that joint back in his ear so fast. Now, question to you. Why would he have to do that when everybody that you're talking to is in front of you?
Facts.
Why would you need to have that earpiece in your ear so bad when everybody that you're talking to is in the circle with you?
Mm.
That was New York telling
Mm-hmm.
him to pick that flag up.
So
So
that
guess
thing.
what he did? He goes, comes out. There's no call for blocking the back on that play. We all just seen the damn block in the back.
Right?
So here's what they were doing. The game was already over. We were already winning the game. The point spread was 11.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I lost my bet on that game because I took the Eagles with the minus the 11.
Mm-hmm.
Dallas scored on that possession that brought the game in closer. So at the end of the game, we only won by what, 9.
Yep.
So now here's the game. Here's the setup. So the next time the Eagles played Dallas Cowboys, if we would have covered the 11, no one would have betted with the Cowboys. Everybody would have betted with the Eagles. Because
Mm-hmm.
why? We showed that we can just, destroy them, right? But with Dak Prescott playing, and then every home team gets 3 points. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? So they minus 3. You know what I'm saying? So now, okay, I think the bets can still go either way. Because why? Because they Dallas covered with the Eagles in Philadelphia. So I know with Dak, they can win. You see what I'm saying? I don't know
Really.
if y'all can see that, but that's how that played out,
I see
and
with a
that,
lot of Eagles game, really.
and that's why you're right. That's why it played out the way it played out.
Mm-hmm.
That's how they do it. That's how they control the game. So when I say the games ain't, I'm not telling you the games are fixed. I'm telling you that there's control. There's control
Favored.
because you got live betting. When the Eagles was in the Super Bowl, going into halftime, we up 11. You got live betting. So if your money was on Kansas City, aren't you shifting your money now at halftime to go on with the Eagles? Because the
Mm-hmm.
Eagles is up 11, and the Eagles is showing that they dominant.
Dominating.
You see what I'm saying? So now coming out of halftime, all the money flips over to the Eagles.
Mm-hmm.
There you have it.
Hey, I'm with you
There you have
100%.
it. I'm just telling you, I know the game. You know what I'm saying? I know the game. I know how to look at the game. You got to be able to see inside of the game.
Yeah.
Y'all looking at the smoke and mirrors is the star players.
Get out of the matrix.
Yes, the smoke and mirror are your Devontae Smiths, your AJ Browns,
Mm-hmm.
Your Jeffersons. That's your smoke and mirrors. You got to be able
Mm-hmm.
to see in the trenches. The 4-point system.
4 point
You
system.
win those 4-point systems. See, the 4-point system, if you notice when I put it out there, has nothing to do with the star players.
Nope.
Nothing. It just basically is, who's going to win the line of scrimmage. This
Mm-hmm.
is simple. We make this thing difficult. The game of football is simple. We make it difficult
Facts.
because we want to add in stats and all that other shit. We determine who's a better quarterback by how many touchdowns he threw for, by how many yards he passed for. Bro, that's all manipulation. I can manipulate that. I can get Jalen Hurts 5,000 yards. All I gotta tell him, don't hand the ball off and don't run the ball. Just keep
Facts.
throwing it. He
Facts.
had 5,000 yards.
Mm-hmm.
That's simple. And we can still win.
Woo, man, you've
Can't
been
decide the
dropping
game.
some gems tonight, y'all. Y'all hit that like. Y'all make sure y'all go follow OG Wade on Twitter, man. Number one WIP calling. You know, he's been doing this for a while, man. He understands this game way deeper than most of us. But like I said, he's just dropping jewels tonight. Um, what about this? Give me some players, because I know everybody's really hyping this guy right here, calling him the next Brian Dawkins. How do you feel about Sidney Brown?
Ecstatic, man. Ecstatic. This kid's going to be something special. Um, right now, he's playing with a lot of speed. He's very strong. He's very he's very knowledgeable. Also, he let me tell you this here. There's a difference between a player like Marcus Epps is a reactionary player.
Yes.
This kid is a thumper. He thumps. Okay, he's aggressive. Let's go to a couple of games. Let's go to the Detroit Lions game last year when we were in the scoring fest.
Mm-hmm.
The running back Williams from Detroit, we were on the 4 yard line. We was defending them, trying to keep them out of the end zone. The boy Williams gets the ball. He comes right at Marcus Epps. Marcus Epps goes down so low, he picked up some of the damn turf. Dude just stepped around him and walked into the end zone and did the gritty or the little Uzi or whatever y'all do. Okay, now let's go to the San Fran game, playoff game. Marcus Epps comes up. Their running back, Christian McCaffrey, comes through the hole. He got Christian McCaffrey dead center block.
Mm-hmm.
All they got to do is lay the hit from the belt line to the knee. That's as a safety. That's what you target.
Facts.
You don't go after their ankles because the players today, they're too athletic. They can just shift you. They can hop over you. We see this all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So let's not act like we don't know this. But Marcus Epps comes up, and what his problem is, he gets scared in the hole. When he's in that hole, something taps into him to say shy away. And he goes so low that Christian McCaffrey jumped right over him and ran in for a touchdown.
Mm-hmm.
So had we needed that stop, we lose that game.
Facts.
So with Brown, whole nother different story. He's thumping. He's going to bring the noise. He's not a catch guy. Marcus Epps tackles you by the shoulder pads.
Mm-hmm.
With running backs and receivers in this league, you ain't tackling A.J. Brown by the shoulder pads. You're not tackling none of these running backs by the shoulder pads. So you got to go low, and you got to get these guys weights. You got to get their legs. A running back or receiver can't go nowhere without their legs.
Mm-hmm.
Why am I teaching you this? Marcus Epps should know this. You see what I'm saying? So when I've already had him going on my wish list, I wanted him going. I wanted T.J. Edwards going because T.J. Edwards, they're catch linebackers. They're reactionary. So naturally, you're going to have a lot of tackles if all you're doing out there is reading, reacting.
Mm-hmm.
You're catching plays. Bro,
Yeah.
Stevie Wonder can catch a play. I need you to come in there and make a play. Make it happen. N'Kobe Dean last night made that play happen. People say he missed the tackle. No. You know why he took that angle he took? He was trying to get the turnover because you were already in scoring range.
Yes.
So him making that tackle gives them another opportunity to get the damn ball in their end zone on the next play. So he knew what he had behind him. He knew he had the help. So he went after the ball. Y'all guys got to look at this goddamn game and stop. I mean, you see these damn replays and you think you know something. You don't know if you can look at the language and how in which he attempted that tackle.
Yeah.
He could have squared up and grabbed the dude and dunked.
Yeah, he was going for the ball.
He came from the angle.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't get shook. Y'all guys got to know how to look at this game. It's simple. Just watch it. Watch it. The brother
Two questions. What you just said, though,
he was going for.
Is Brown being compared to a Dawkins too high praise? And is N'Kobe Dean going to be that linebacker we've been waiting for?
I think it's too soon to compare Brown to Dawkins. We haven't even seen him play a real game yet.
Right.
But if you had an eye for talent, and if you can see the type of player that this guy is, it's only a matter of time before he gives you that reminiscence of Dawkins.
Mm-hmm.
So if he can manage to stay healthy, because the way that he plays with reckless endangerment. If he can hold up, if his body can hold up with his energy, all right, and with his physicality, yes, he can be, one of the great ones like Dawkins.
Yeah, because we didn't know Dawkins was going to be Dawkins.
No,
or Dawkins.
Same thing. Dawkins came in undersized as well.
And there's a lot of safeties that come in and lead that do it, but like you said, it's the holding up of the body. That's what I think in my last show. It's like if he can hold up body wise, Now you can start thinking maybe he could be. But that's the biggest thing about a lot of these guys that come out like that.
Yeah,
Their bodies don't hold up. Because
yeah.
Dawkins was a flat back in line, tight ends. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
he didn't care. And his thing, the reason why it made him so great because he didn't get hurt that much.
Mm-hmm.
He stayed healthy doing it. Now, if you can stay healthy and do it at the same time, yeah, you can be
Mm-hmm.
that guy. But that's the only thing I would say. Like that's another reason why I wouldn't even put him there yet. Like you said, we haven't seen him play a full
Yeah,
game
it's too
yet,
soon.
and let's see if he even makes it through this season without getting hurt playing at that
Yeah.
level.
And with N'Kobe Dean has star written all over him. N'Kobe Dean is, I would put him in the same light that I put Jalen Hurts in terms of a breed of one.
Mm-hmm.
N'Kobe Dean is, if you look at how the NFL plays their linebackers now, no one plays really three linebackers on the field. They play like a tweener, a safety
Yeah.
linebacker type. But it'll be a safety, but he'll have a little ass on him, so he'll be your linebacker. So
Mm-hmm.
N'Kobe Dean is all of that in one. So he's actually a real linebacker.
Mm-hmm.
He's got the smarts.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. He's your leader of your defense. He's fast enough. He can cover tight ends. He can thump. He's a leg tackler. So
Mm-hmm.
he's already geared at a young age to be able to bring you down with your legs. That's something that is a lost art in the NFL that I had a problem with our team last year. We were not tackling the legs. Everybody, Cox, everybody,
Mm-hmm.
Hargrave, everybody was tackling shoulder pads,
Yep.
trying to pull the running back. Bro, you can't. That's why we giving up yards. No one wants to get on the fucking ground.
Facts.
Make it get on. You gotta get his legs. You can't go nowhere without your legs. We too many times we see everybody tackling shoulder pad, and these guys work, man. They strong as an ox now. They
Mm-hmm.
fast. They strong. So this is what I like about Jordan Davis, Jalen Carter, and Smith. These dudes come from the gutter in terms
Yeah.
of they Georgia dogs. So these dudes are used to being down low. If you look at the game, that one play that he played against the Ravens, he swung the guard, came in and pressured the quarterback. What did he do immediately? He went after the quarterback's legs because that quarterback was getting away.
Mm-hmm.
If that's Hargrave, he runs away from Hargrave because Hargrave's trying to tackle his waist or his shoulders.
Mm-hmm.
That's what hurt us in the Super Bowl with Hargrave. If
Mm-hmm.
Hargrave would have came in, he already had a beat on Patrick Mahomes. He watched Patrick Mahomes step up in the pocket and run for that big damn game that sealed the deal.
That was horrible.
All he had to do was tackle his legs at that point.
That
It
was
would have
horrible.
been a sack. He actually thought in his mind that he could run Patrick Mahomes down.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, and that killed us. That was it. Game pretty much was over. He sealed
Over.
it.
Yeah.
So when I tell y'all we're better than we were last year on D-line, I like Jalen Carter and Jordan Davis together is better than Javon Hargrave. And I would
Facts.
say that Jalen Carter alone is going to be better than Javon Hargrave. See, y'all looking at the 11 sacks. I don't care about 11 sacks from a D
Mm-mm.
tackle. I need
Mm-mm.
my D tackle to attract a double team.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to open up for Sweat and for Reddick. That's going to open up for other players.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I need Jordan Davis to do. Plug the hole. No, don't give up the runs. Remember, we gave up too many rushing yards. That's why we went out and had to get Ndamukong Suh and Linval Joseph because
Mm-hmm.
people was running on us. We don't have that problem right now. We got dogs. We got guys that can stop the run. These are run stoppers. We got our
Yeah.
pass rush. I don't need 70 sacks this year. I need to stop the freaking run and pressure the quarterback. That's what I need. I don't need the 70 sacks. Sometimes the pressure is just as good as a sack.
Facts.
Push those guards into the quarterback so he is not allowed to step up.
Mm-hmm.
That's effective.
And that's one
If
thing
you
we
get a
already
tackle
see.
for a loss, if Jordan Davis get in there and tackles the running back, that's a sack.
Mm-hmm.
That's all we need. We got to stop. Get away from this damn stats and shit,
And
man.
we've seen that too in true preseason game. I will say that even the second and third team lines, they were putting that pressure in that backfield.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They're putting that pressure back there. But I know, man, we are at hour 30 in here, man. Much love to you, my guys. Salute to all you guys out. We're over 30 in here. Make sure you guys hit that like, hit that subscribe if you've not subscribed to the content. Try to bring you the best Eagle news and try to get some of the best guests to talk Eagles football with you. So make sure you tap in with that. All right. What I do for my first time guests always is I do an all time Eagles team. Now, this team doesn't consist of numbers, it doesn't consist of anything but the favorite players you watched growing up. So I'm going to give you positions and how many of them. You just go ahead and fill out this roster for me. We're going to start out with the quarterback. Who are your top two quarterback? Who will be starting on your all time Eagles team and who will be backing them up?
And you mean from the past, not the present?
All, any
Well,
era.
I got Jalen.
Jalen's your starting?
Yes,
Nice.
damn right.
And who'll be backing them up?
Um, I would say Donovan.
McNabb, baby.
Yeah.
I like that. Give me three running backs.
3. I would say Charlie Garner. He's one of my favorites.
Ooh, I like Garner.
Yeah. I would say that's tough too. I guess Wilbert Montgomery
Okay.
and Ricky Waters.
Ooh, Ricky Flowing Waters, baby. I remember him. I
Mm.
like it. Give me a fullback.
Um, I would say Turner, Kevin Turner.
Kevin Turner. Like it.
Mhm.
All right. Give me your two tight ends.
I would say Dallas Goddard,
Ooh, I
and
like
I would
it.
say Keith Jackson. Yeah,
That's one of my guys right there.
yeah.
John Ritchie. I like that. Give me three receivers.
I would say obviously AJ Brown.
Ooh, AJ made the list. I like it.
Yeah, T.O.
Mm-hmm.
and Mike Quick.
Oh, no D Jacks on the list. I like it though. I like it though. Give me your starting offensive line.
Um, I would say Lane Johnson, Kelsey, um, Trey Thomas, um, um, my two guards would be Brooks
Okay.
and I would say Dickerson.
Right. Atlanta is a beast.
Yeah,
Atlanta is a beast.
that's my line.
And we're gonna on defense, we're gonna run a 4-3 scheme, just to let you know off the jump. Give me your four defensive linemen.
I would say Reddick, Reggie, Jerome,
Mm.
and Fletch.
Ooh, gotta have Fletch on there.
Hmm.
What about your three linebackers?
That's easy. Um, I would say Trotter,
Yes.
um, Seth Joyner,
Okay.
and Willie T.
Willie T.
Yeah.
Let's go. Three cornerbacks.
Eric Allen,
Okay.
Asante,
Sante.
and Slay.
Ooh, Slay made the list. I like it.
Hmm.
Give me three. Give me three safeties because usually two are always locks. So give me three safeties.
Give me Dalk, Andre Waters, and Malcolm Jenkins.
Yep. Malcolm and Doc are always on that list. And then you said Andre Waters. I like him. My guy there was always remember Michael Lewis. I
Oh yeah,
remember Michael Lewis. I
my boy.
love Lewis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Let's go with special teams. That's what I thought. Yeah, we did all positions. So special teams. Give me a kicker, a punter, and a return guy.
Akers,
Mm-hmm.
uh, Sproles,
Mm-hmm.
and what else you said?
A punter.
punter. Fiegels.
The Eagles.
Yeah.
Okay. Your offensive coordinator, your defensive coordinator, and your head coach for this team.
Um, my head coach would be Andy.
Big Red.
Yeah. My defensive coordinator would be if I can do this. Buddy Ryan.
Okay.
And my offense, or do you want a defense coordinator that was a coordinator for us?
Now you can do either way, like I said, because some people use, some people say they want, Dougie P and then Andy Reid as the offensive coordinator. So you can do any way combination you want. Just
Yeah,
give me.
yeah. Well, I would have Buddy as my defensive coordinator, Andy Reid as my head coach, and then my offense coordinator would be damn, crazy too. I guess yeah, I can go with Dougie. I go
Dougie P be that offensive coordinator.
yeah,
That'd be a nice
yeah,
little setup there. I like it. I like it, man. That's all the positions, man. Like, hey, that's an awesome team right there. That's a good all-time Eagles team. Like
yeah,
one day I need to go back and get all of my all-time Eagles team and try to make one team out of everybody's list there and see who is the all-time Eagles fan team out there. So you guys let me know who you guys like in the chat as well. Any final words before we get out of here, my brother?
No, man, I'm just excited, man. I mean, I can't wait for the season to start. I got a huge, I guaranteed something that was big, and that's a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I'm guaranteeing that. And I got in a lot of trouble on Twitter because I said that I believe what happened in the Super Bowl, the scenario
Mm-hmm.
that the fumble that Jalen Hurts had to scoop and score after the fact, okay, in hindsight,
Mm-hmm.
it worked out. It was the best scenario, okay, versus if he would have got tackled for that loss, which it was already getting tackled because Sayamalo had blew the block. So
Mm-hmm.
he was going to get tackled, and we were going to have to punt the ball anyway.
Mm-hmm.
If we would have punted that ball with 6 minutes left on the clock, Kansas City, now we're up. At that point, we were up what?
Double digits, right?
We were up 7 then.
When you
Okay.
see the score?
Yeah, it was 14-7.
Okay.
Okay. So Kansas City would have had the ball after the punt to drive with 6 minutes to left. Andy Reid is a smart coach. He's
Mm-hmm.
not going to try to score fast there. He knows he's getting the ball back at the half. So he's going to bleed that. He's going to take his time, and he's going to get 7 or 3 out of that play. Okay? Now, you come out to halftime, the game, we're only up 7 or 3. We're not up 10.
Mm-hmm.
They got the ball first. Well, how it played out, we never stopped them in the second half.
Mm-hmm.
So we would have lost that game by damn near 10 to 14 points.
Hmm.
Even with us scoring back and forth. We still
Hmm.
would have lost that game by 10 or 14. Now, it had it where now, if he, let's say, people say, well, if he don't fumble the ball, or if he fumbles the ball and Jalen tackles Bolden, they are in the red zone. You get what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
basically, the same thing counts. They're going to run the clock down, and they're going to. But so what I'm saying to you is that Jalen had an opportunity off of the scoop and score to come right back out and get that back.
Facts.
So we got the 7 that we gave up. He just got it back to us in 4 minutes. Now we go in, we're up 10.
Mm-hmm.
To me, that's the best case scenario.
It was.
Because the other way, we're going to lose big, according to how our defense couldn't stop them in the second half.
Mm-hmm.
That was
Who do you
it.
think would be the biggest challenge this year on the roster, on the schedule?
Say that as far as a team to
Yeah.
play, the biggest I think is going to be the Jets game.
You know what? I was just about to say the Jets guy. I think you were gonna say it.
Yeah,
You just got Dalvin Cook too.
right. It's not
Oh
going to
my
be. I don't.
Lord.
Cowboys making the playoffs this year.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think the Cowboys will win 9 games this year. And here's why. To win a game in the NFL, you have to have continuity. Your quarterback has to be in that offense for 2 years or more.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And you have to be able to run the ball.
Mm-hmm.
Dallas has an unproven running game right now because they got Pollard as their lead back. Pollard has never been a lead back. So you don't know how
Well, last year he was, right?
huh?
Last
No,
year he was, right?
no.
Zeke was kind of
Zeke was still their lead back.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
Now you can say that Pollard was the better back, but he
Yeah.
wasn't their lead back.
Okay, I go
The
with that.
lead back was Zeke. So he softened up everything. So
Mhm.
with Pollard, they don't have no power coming from that backfield. It's all speed.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll be able to kill that. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Dak is learning a new offense. I know people don't want to admit that, but Mike McCartney, he's
Mm-hmm.
not going to come in and run their offensive coordinator that they just fired. He's not going to run his offense. He's
Mm-hmm.
headstrong for that. So
Yep.
he's inputting a new offense. So Dak is not going to be able to master that just in 1 year. It just don't happen. Like that's not realistic. Okay.
Fact.
So you're going to end up and you got unproven wide receivers. You still got CD Lamb, but you got Brandon Cooks who is older, can't stay healthy, okay, and is learning a new offense also. All of them are.
Mm-hmm.
So don't give them the play. Don't give them being a great team this year. That's not going to happen. Again, we're playing a tougher schedule. We are that good that we can beat the tougher teams. They're
Fact.
not that. They couldn't even beat the damn teams last year. The teams that they lost, we beat.
The beat. Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So I'm not giving them that. Now y'all might want to give them defense, like Michael Parsons said on the pivot. The reason why he feel they better is because they bringing back their same defense. Okay, and he's saying he take experience over inexperience any day. But
Mm-hmm.
here's what Micah Parsons is forgetting. You're not playing our defense.
Facts.
You're going against what? Our offense, which is what? Experienced.
Exactly. And all of them are
Yeah.
ascending. They're all
Yeah.
ascending.
So
Jalen
what are you
Hurts is
talking
ascending.
about? It like
AJ's
it,
ascending. You
bro,
know,
this is
Goddard's ascending.
listen, this is a player, an all pro player. I'm OG Wade. Okay, I'm nobody. How in the hell do I know this better than you?
Facts.
You're comparing your defense to our defense. You're not playing our defense.
Mm-hmm.
You're playing our offense. Our defense is playing your offense, which we will kick your ass.
Mm-hmm.
So, bro, you're not.
Parsons, what's your stack
Yeah.
against
So
the
when
Eagles?
people say that there's not a gap, if we got a better quarterback,
Facts.
okay, we got a better running game, we got a better O line, we got a better D line, and we got better corners. There's your gap. So
Huge gap.
stop saying there ain't no freaking gap. That's the gap.
Mm-hmm.
So now you want to go to San Fran? San Fran is without their defensive coordinator from last year. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Purdy is not what people think he. People give Purdy credit because he won them last 7, 8 games. They didn't play nobody. Everybody they played was bad teams.
Mm.
They just like we did. So if we get the axe for playing a easy schedule, well, the teams that Purdy won against was all bad teams. So where is you giving him credit for? So no, San Fran is not going to be there. Seattle will win that division. Okay? And I will change my pick on what you asked me, what was going to be the tougher game. I think the Seattle game is going to be tougher than the Jets game because the Jets O-line can't block our D-line.
Mm.
Okay? So I'm gonna change that part. So Kansas City, people think Kansas City is going to be a Super Bowl team. Guess what? If I told you, and this is for everybody, if I told you that we lost Lane Johnson for the year, would you think that affect us?
Yeah.
Okay, they lost their Orlando Brown. They lost their best tackle. He went to Cincinnati.
Yeah.
They lost Juju Smith-Schuster. He's gone. Nicole Hardman. He's gone.
Mm-hmm.
They lost the running back. So how? And they lost Eric Bieniemy, who is the only one that holds Patrick Mahomes accountable because Andy lets him do what the hell he want to do.
Facts.
So tell me, why would you pick Kansas City over us?
Because Andy has beaten us every single time we played him since he left Philly.
But here, this is the situation with that. Andy didn't beat this team. You see what I'm saying? All them times. You're looking like everybody say Dak is 8-3 against the Eagles, right? Well, Dak played one of them 8 games. We set our players because we already had it locked up. So
Mm-hmm.
you're going to give Dak that win, okay?
Mm-hmm.
But in truth, to see in facts, he won. Truth, we didn't play our guys.
Mm-hmm.
So Jalen didn't play in one game.
Mm-hmm.
Then remember, we had a guy that worked at a rim shop at cornerback 2 years, ago when we played him in Dallas, and Fletcher Cox got hurt in that game or didn't play that game. So they won that game. You got to put it in context. Dallas didn't beat this team 8 times.
Mm-hmm.
I don't give a damn what they did in the past. See, I don't
Facts.
deal with the past. I deal with the here and now. And right now, we them dogs. Y'all them boys, we them dogs.
Woo! We
See?
coming. We coming. Hey man, salute to you, Wade, for coming on the show. We definitely gotta do this some more. We
Mm-hmm.
definitely gotta do some more, man. I love having you on, man. I knew this was gonna be one of the special ones.
Yes, sir.
Um, Go follow him. OG Wade, Twitter. Go hit that handle, hit that like, and go follow this man. Cause he's definitely been dropping you jewels all night, man. Like I always say at the end of my videos, fly, Eagles, fly. This is gonna be a very special year, Eagles fan. I'm just telling you, it's gonna be a very special year, led by the offense and our number one quarterback, Jalen freaking Hurts. I say Jalen Hurts will win that MVP this year. He's going to get two MVPs. He's going to get the regular MVP and he's
Mm-hmm.
going to get the Super Bowl MVP this year. It will happen. Mark my words, man. Salute to you again, OG Wade, for coming out on the show. And let's get out of here.
Yes,
We
sir.
out. Peace.